Let me now bring you up to speed about what Rahul Gandhi has said. This is a very specific target and comment on the investigation agencies and politically against BJP government at the centre. It's a claim by now the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha. Rahul Gandhi has claimed that the Enforcement Directorate is planning to raid him. And that is because of the Chakravyuh speech, the Mahabharat metaphor that he had used in this regard when he was speaking recently about the union budget. And he said that 2-in-1 did not like my Chakravyuh speech. ED insiders tell me. So this is very important. He's saying that this information has come in from insiders within the Enforcement Directorate. They are telling him that a raid is being planned against him. And then he says, I'm ready to wait for them with an open arm. And he said this earlier as well, that there are allegedly investigators who are telling him raids are being planned against him.
The Chakravyuh that has captured India has three forces behind it. First is the idea of monopoly capital, that two people should be allowed to own the entire Indian wealth. So one element of the Chakravyuh is coming from the concentration of financial power. The second element, sir, मैं budget को explain कर रहा हूँ, sir. मैं आ रहा हूँ, वहीं आ रहा हूँ, sir. So one element is financial power. The second element is the institutions, the agencies, CBI, ED, Income Tax Department of this nation. And the third is the political executive. Speaker, sir, these three together are at the heart of the Chakravyuh. And they have devastated this country. Speaker, sir, my expectation was that this budget would weaken the power of this Chakravyuh. That this budget would help the farmers of this country, would help the youth of this country, would help the laborers, the small businesses of this country. But what I have seen is that this budget, the sole aim of this budget, iski jo niyat hai, it is to strengthen this framework, the framework of big business, monopoly business, the framework of a political monopoly that destroys the democratic structure, and finally the framework of what one can call the deep state or the agencies. And the result of this has been the first पहला काम इस चक्रव्यूह ने क्या किया, जो हिंदुस्तान को रोजगार देते हैं, स्मॉल एंड मीडियम बिजनेसेस हैं, जो करोड़ों युवाओं को रोजगार देते थे, उन पर इस चक्रव्यूह ने आक्रमण किया। कैसे किया? नोटबंदी, जीएसटी और टैक्स टेररिज्म। आप लोग आतंकवाद की बात करते हो, पूरे देश में अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति छोटा बिजनेस चलाता है तो रात को उसको फोन कॉल आता है इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट से, जीएसटी से, और टैक्स टेररिज्म का वो शिकार बनता है। इस टैक्स टेररिज्म को रोकने के लिए बजट में आपने कुछ नहीं किया है।
Remember, this is a huge claim that the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has made. So let's get in reactions on that, because joining me on the phone line right now is the Congress MP Manikam Tagore and also BJP leader Nalin Kohli joining me. I request Mr. Kohli to please stay on, because I want to listen into first the Congress leader. And why do you think, Mr. Manikam Tagore, that Rahul Gandhi would make such a strong remark? This is a very direct claim to say ED insiders have told me there's an ED raid happening. And what is the Chakravyuh connect?
We need to understand that this government believes in creating fear, and because of the fear only the politics runs for them. And particularly in the Chakravyuh, in the parliament speech, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi spoke about it, there are 6 players: Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, Mr. Adani, Ambani, RSS chief, and Mr. Ajit Doval. These 6 players control this government, and they only play that game. And that because of that speech, because the speech mentioned about the 6 people, and he spoke about very clearly about the way the youth of India, the farmers of India, and the MSMEs of India, how they had been strangled and they had been suffering for these things, and there is no relief from the budget, from that budget of this year's budget. He spoke very clearly about that. Now, the issue is that Rahul Gandhi's speech and Rahul Gandhi after taking over the leader of opposition role, the government is unable to, they want some kind of acts to stop him or put him into some kind of pain, or to divert from the real issues of the issues which he is taking about the youth, farmers.
Or I'll request you to please stay on because the BJP spokesperson is also on the phone line. Let's just take in a view and understand because the party is also making a charge at them indirectly. Mr. Nalin Kohli, why are you after Rahul Gandhi? Why is the investigation agencies being pushed against him? Is this a fear from what he has said in the Chakravyuh speech as an LOP?
Your question actually is totally unfounded. It's almost as reactionary, with due respect, Pooja, as Rahul Gandhi's wild claim. And let's now look at Mr. Rahul Gandhi's. Let's look at a little bit of a history. He goes abroad and says Indian democracy is in danger. What are you doing about it? Which is you meaning Europe and America. There's a furor. What is in danger? He's a member of parliament when he's there, and he was elected by the people freely. Then before this election, he manufactured an argument, the EVMs are all false, the elections are going to be manipulated, and Indian democracy is bad, the election commission is not functioning. The opposition got seats. In fact, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, his party's got 99 seats. They've gone up. They couldn't touch the 100 mark, but they've gone up. Other parties have won. So he owes an apology now for a false narrative on even elections. After that, he builds up this whole thing with pictures. Where is the Dalit in the picture? Then it's pointed out, show us a Dalit or show us an OBC or someone in, say, the Rajiv Gandhi board. Show us a Dalit in any of the finance ministers of the Congress party, prime ministers, when you are showing those pictures. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi has a pattern now of making wild allegations. Now, either someone is feeding him this wild allegation and he just believes what is told to him. And, it happens also among advisors.
Do you believe what he says that ED investigators, ED insiders are telling him allegedly?
Let me finish.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Kohli.
So therefore, either someone is feeding him or he himself is manufacturing this. But the larger question is, Mr. Rahul Gandhi now is the leader of opposition. And as the leader of opposition, if this is to be his brand of politics, one day come up with a picture when you have no answers to it, next day come up with another allegation, then, it's really for the opposition parties, his advisors, his well-wishers, his party, to determine that this is what he's going to stand for and come up with these, statements every time. It is also possible that he's now trying to paint himself as a projected victim because all the things that he put out in Parliament have been firmly refuted by the government. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, either Mr. Rahul Gandhi now has to give a credible information to say, I am saying this because of this information.
Yes.
Or he will be found to be manufacturing, even lies.
Just one final question, Mr. Nalin Kohli, before I go again to Mr. Tagore, because what I found curious among the allegations was for him to say that ED insiders are informing me about it. What do you say to that?
It's okay. That is what he would say. He's obviously, if he says that there is an ED insider, it is to protect himself and say कि मेरे पास जानकारी किसी अच्छे व्यक्ति से है. Now let me say, tomorrow nothing happens. Then what will he say? Because I put out a tweet, so no raid happened. The government got scared. So first you will put out a message by saying government is going to raid me. Then when it won't happen because he's just manufacturing it, then he would say the third aspect is equally important. Does Mr. Rahul Gandhi actually believe he's done some wrong? And he doesn't want the agencies to come and see.
Okay.
Because if you remember, they have serious questions in the National Herald case. They have serious questions with, other issues. So one wonders, what is the motivation to put out this tweet in the middle of the parliament session? Or is he trying to block out parliament functioning by making a sort of a group to say, I will put out a tweet, tomorrow parliament you should make a noise.
Could this also become a huge political showdown? After all, he's the leader of opposition. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Nalin Kohli, and thank you for Madikam Tagore to continue to stay with me. So I'll take that final question to you, Mr. Tagore. You heard what the BJP leader is also saying. Do you think there should be more evidence that could be put in? Because if there is evidence, if there is credibility to it, perhaps it will only add to the strength of what Rahul Gandhi is saying. Otherwise, it will look like a he said, who said, she said kind of a situation.
You have to understand it because you are not hearing. You are not allowed me to complete it in the first thing itself. I'll continue. Let me tell about the story that Mr. Nalin Kori himself is contradicting. We all know that the government has become weak. Mr. Modi and Amit Shah has become weaker because of their numbers. From 303 has gone to 240. They lost majority and they are with the Naidu's party and Nitishji's party only. They are running a government. We have to understand that. There are officers who are not taking that kind of calls. Usually on a phone call, among those people who can, people, 6 people, anybody can call those officers and threaten them. Now that's all over. The game is why this information is coming out. We have to understand that the government has become weak, and we have to understand that their only model is to create fear. Rahul Gandhi is not afraid. Rahul Gandhi has never run away from this kind of battle. He has always fought. And about the EVM, he told about EVM story. What is the EVM story? We continue to say election commission has not been fair to us. Yes. 5 crore votes still. There is a mismatch between the votes which has been disclosed and what the EVM votes are showing. There are 35 constituencies. There are still confusion prevails. But election commission is not fair. The question is that the Indian democracy system is under attack. Therefore, people has voted against them, but they have managed the numbers. That's a different story. How they managed is completely different story. They asked the people to vote for 4 par. People vote them for 240. Therefore, it's a very simple thing. That 240 also with the EVM and with the election commission support only they came. Now the question about Mr. Rahul Gandhi is that they can threaten Rahul Gandhi. They can whatever they wanted to attack Rahul Gandhi. Now Rahul Gandhi is not afraid. He's the leader of opposition, and we all will stand. India Alliance will stand with him. We will all.
Well, definitely, Mr. Tagore. One thing I accept what you're saying is that Rahul Gandhi as LOP has definitely come with a stronger strategy, is more defined. But with allegations that he's now saying that ED could be planning raids against me, what that happens, and is it in the background of the Chakravyuh speech that's happened? The fact is, more fireworks in the parliament now that the India bloc or opposition numbers are also higher. So that political showdown in the parliament will continue. We hope that there will be many more good bills and important bills that will be passed because eventually it's about the welfare of the people.